All right. Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Pakistan Institute of Mind Sciences, the cohort of February 2026. This cohort is going to be starting today, Monday, 2nd of February 2026, and it will end by the end of May 2026. Our courses are 4 months long. I am in a second going to start a little bit of introduction, and after that, I will hand it over to our tutor for trauma-informed cognitive behavioral therapy course, Miss Mariam. All right? If everybody is ready, we are going to start introduction now. All right. So first of all, I would like to thank every one of you that have joined here in our live class and is ready to understand and is committed to start your journey of getting certified and seeing clients successfully getting trained from us, Pakistan Institute of Mind Sciences. All right. In a while, I'm going to introduce Pakistan Institute of Mind Sciences, our registered organization that produces certification, not degrees. I'm going to tell you everything that I believe should be known. This video is right now live on YouTube as well. So I invite everybody that is on other platforms, go to ibrahimsiavash.com, Ibrahim Siavash on YouTube, and watch our YouTube live course introduction so that you can ask your questions after I am done with the introduction. All right? Before we get started, I want to get to know you guys a little bit very quickly. I want everyone to write in the chat box which city are you from. All right, most of you would be from Pakistan. Just let me know which city are you guys from in the chat box. So, for example, I am Islamabad. Just so I know which cities of Pakistan, if Pakistan, we have. We have Islamabad, Bahawalpur, Bakar. I don't know where that is. I'm sorry, Nimra. We have Islamabad, Karachi. We have Islamabad, Tuba, Taksin. I know. Lahore and oh, Tuba is your name. Lahore. Okay. Lahore, of course. Mariam is a tutor. She is in Lahore. And Vania, Lahore, Saudi Arabia. We have Madhya. Oh, Madhya, I know Madhya. Welcome, Madhya. And we have from Rawalpindi, Talih bint Tanvi. That's an interesting name. But I remember your name. You have registered and paid your course fee as well. Hyderabad, we have Islamabad, we have Shanghai, China, Amara. You reached to China. Good job. I'm proud of you. I'm in Karachi, Aksar. Nida is Karachi, Rawalpindi, Pakpatan. Oh, nice. Shamsa, nice to have you in the course. I'm not going to bore you. I'm going to get very quickly to the point and introduce you to Pakistan Institute of Mind Sciences, Global Institute of Modern Psychology, so that you guys I can answer all of your questions about the courses, duration, the fee structure, the accreditation, everything I'm going to answer right now. We have Ansa from Lahore. We have Sarmat from Karachi. We have clinical Shazia, clinical psychologist from Sherani, Islamabad. Okay. Islamabad. All right. And Madhi. Okay. So I think we have covered a lot of Pakistan. And I have your ears. So let's get started. Obviously, I'm going to tell you guys in the 10 to 15 minutes duration, I'm going to introduce you to Pakistan Institute of Mind Science, Global Institute, and all the courses that we are doing. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Ibrahim Siavash. I am the CEO and main course instructor of Pakistan Institute of Mind Sciences. Okay, we established Pakistan Institute of Mind Sciences back in 2016. We have registered my certification. Can you give me the certification of PIMS, please? Yeah, just give it. Bring it here. Thank you so much. All right, the certification of registration, I have framed it here so that everyone can have a look. Registered since 2016, and thank you very much. And since 2016, we are teaching courses in Pakistan. Repeat, courses, not degrees, okay? So HEC has nothing to do with that. Higher Education Commission has nothing to do with us. Recently, after COVID, we joined hands with Global Institute of Modern Psychology Malaysia, which is owned by my supervisor for PhD. Yes, I'm doing my PhD in psychology as well. And my supervisor and I, we produce courses together right now. So the accreditation of the courses that you're about to get is not only from Pakistan, but also from Global Institute of Modern Psychology Malaysia. Okay. Let's get into the introductions. Ibrahim Siavash is my name. Most of you know me already. Some of you are new, and you can get to know me as much as you like. You can ask me any questions in just a while after I'm done finishing the introductions. Okay. I'm the founder and lead trainer in PIMS, Pakistan Institute of Mind Sciences. I myself, obviously, am a trauma-informed counseling psychologist. And to be honest, right now, if you are not trauma-informed, meaning you don't know about trauma, its impact on nervous system, and the Hulk mode, how people activated in the trauma triggered, they just stop being rational human beings. If you're not trained to understand and handle trauma, then you won't be an effective therapist. I'm sorry to say that. I've been dedicating my whole life to understanding healing and therapies of all sorts. All right. I've been practicing since 2011 after my graduation. So this is now 2026. So I'm quite experienced in the field of human psychology, right? In fact, I came into the human psychology because I wanted to be able to predict human behavior, right? So I'm pretty good at it right now. And now specialize in cutting edge holistic therapeutic approaches like hypnotherapy and NLP and DBT. Of course, I have memberships in APA, American Psychological Association. I have memberships in CPCAB from UK. I have memberships in American Counseling Associations. You can go to ibrahimsiavash.com and you can get to know me as a person. Ibrahim Siavash in all social media. I'm available. My introduction is fair and open for everybody. Okay. Currently, I'm completing my PhD in the data collection step, actually. So yeah, if you would like to do me a favor, you can get in touch and help me with data collection on my research for PhD. MSGCU Lahore, of course, Madia, I think, knows very well. So I'm memberships right in front of you. ACA, APA, National Guild of Hypnotists, ABNLP, this CPCAB UK. I did a certification, not a diploma yet. I will do the diploma as well, and I recommend it. Doesn't matter what everybody says. So your journey with us is not just a 4 months course, okay? We have a complete graduate support program. After your graduation, okay, 4 things that we are going to do for you. Okay. One thing, let's make it 3 things. All right. I don't want to commit to this badge for the Leisure Club. Leisure Club was an initiative, but most people, because everybody is in other cities, so we are not doing it. But since we are doing everything online, we can stay connected with a graduate recognition that is on the website and on our social media. We are going to post your reviews and testimonials, education and everything that would help us build a community of therapists and coaches and help you gain the exposure that you need to become a successful practitioners and therapists. Then, of course, you can go to our website and get our individual supervision. I will supervise you when you graduate throughout your progress. Of course, it's paid. Graduate recognition is free. Individual supervision is paid. You go to PIMS courses. I'm going to show you the website. You will see the details. Then we have what I'm most proud of, PIMS Mastermind Group. In the PIMS Mastermind Group, every second Saturday, I think every second Saturday of every month, we have a meeting with all PIMS graduates. We have a WhatsApp group, a community, active community, and in that graduation, mastermind group, we discuss challenges that everybody is facing, so we all support each other to grow. So PIMS is a community. It's not one course done, finished, Allah Hafiz, bye bye, we don't know you, right? We will stay connected. If you choose to stay connected with us for the rest of your career, as long as you need us, our support, we are here for you. Okay. What else? So currently we are providing these 5 courses. I'll introduce them to you in a while, but all of them have things in common. What are they? They are 4 months long. All right, 4 months long means 2 hours per week each course. Today is Monday, so you are taking cognitive behavioral therapy course in trauma informed cognitive behavioral therapy course. All right, 7 to 9 p.m. every Monday. Right? I will share a schedule further. But just like today, tomorrow is the DBT skills therapy course. Okay, 7 to 9 p.m. Then we have on Wednesday hypnotherapy, 7 to 9 p.m. Then we have on Thursday NLP life coaching, 7 to 9 p.m. Pakistan time. And then we have on Fridays, 7 to 9 p.m. training of trainers. All right. So 5 days a week, we are doing 5 courses. All right. One day for each course. That's clear. All right. It's not an everyday course. No, just 2 hours once a week. In total, we will complete 15 lectures for all of these except the trauma-informed CBT, okay? Miss Mariam has already, been so kind and told us that for cognitive behavioral therapy, she will be doing 16 lectures, which is too much in my opinion, but she was dissatisfied and she wanted to teach more and more and more. We welcome your commitment. Thank you very much. But all of the rest of them, they're all 15 lectures. Okay. Classes are delivered via Zoom, just like you're taking right now. At the end, you will get printable certificates that are, of course, these are conditional to assessment. Every course we have an assessment at the end, and if you clear those assessments, you will be given the certificate to practice. You can, of course, all right, you can, of course, print these printable certifications, these printable certificates, and post them in your office. However, if you want the hard copy, all right, there will be a 4,000 rupees charges for KPKR at the end for all of the courses. So let's say you are taking 5 courses, all right, you pay only 4,000. If you want the hard copy, you don't have to. Only 1% of the students, they choose to take the hard copy. You don't need it because the certificate itself is printable. Okay, I will show you the website in a second so that you get to know what I'm talking about, right? Study materials will be given to you. Recordings of every lecture will be given to you just in case you miss a lecture, you're sick, the internet is not working, maybe you are in a remote area and the internet is slow, so then you can join us and you will not miss your learning. And by the way, this recorded and this study material you will have lifetime access to. Okay, so it's not like we teach you Allah Hafiz bye bye. No, again, you will have lifetime access to us, to PIMS, to study material, to recordings, lifetime. You can come back after years and then repeat the course again if you wish to. Supportive community, the only prerequisite of all of our courses is understanding English. I am tired of answering this question. I understand psychologists have created this environment that will only cater to psychologists. So if you don't have a psychology background, go to hell. We don't care about your growth. We don't care about your certifications. I detest, I hate, I disagree with this mindset. Psychology is a study of human behavior, and every human should be able and allowed to study about human behavior. So all of our courses take you from zero and no knowledge of human behavior, no knowledge of psychology, until the level that you can see clients, a lot of it legally and ethically. All right. You have to understand, full disclosure, The CBT is a highly regulated practice. Cognitive behavioral therapy, especially what we are teaching you, the trauma-informed cognitive behavioral therapy is a highly regulated practice. So you need to check with your local legal authorities and see if you are allowed to call yourself a therapist. Okay? But if you take the certification from us, you will have the skills and knowledge to practice all over the world. Skill and knowledge to practice all over the world. When it comes to regulatory bodies, for example, you are in USA, ask APA, American Psychological Association, that you have a training in CBT, trauma-informed CBT. What should you call yourself? They give you a title, and then you can call yourself that. That makes it ethical. Do you understand this? It's a very important distinction. The rest, TOT, NLP, hypnotherapy, and DBT skills, they are not regulated by any government of any country. That is why taking our courses will allow you skill-wise and ethical-wise to see clients all over the world. Globally, you can see clients once you are certified from PIMS. Of course, we are now accredited from Global Institute of Monopsychology, Malaysia as well. Okay, so that's about our accreditation and ethical practice. You will learn all the skills, all the knowledge, all the practical hands-on practices that you need during the course so that you can see clients. All right. Now, let's move on and talk about, okay, one second. Now, I want to give you a little bit of teaser of all the courses. I will take 5 more minutes and then you can ask your questions very quickly. Then I will hand over to Miss Mariam Sharif and she will start lecture number 1 of trauma-informed CBT. All right. So a little bit about DBT skills therapy course. DBT skills therapy was created by Marshall Lenehan to treat borderline personality disorder. It focuses on teaching and training people in 4 life skills of mindfulness, distress tolerance, emotion regulation, and interpersonal skills. These are life skills, just like bicycle riding a bicycle. These are skills that every individual human being must know how to deal with their emotions. All right. So this is not only conducive to therapists, but this is most important for everybody that is. I have taught this in corporate sector. I have taught this to my individual clients. I teach it to my other students that are not even relevant to. So if I'm going for a scuba diving trip somewhere in Malaysia, I'm going to deal with people that need distress tolerance, that need emotion regulations, that need interpersonal skills. You want to learn boundaries, you want to learn how to deal with enmeshment trauma, you must join this course. Of course, there will be assessment. Assessment is a demo, means an interaction. You will be taught all of them, okay? 99.99% of all the students who take our courses, they pass. Unless you are like really not unserious about the course, still we welcome your money, but we won't give you certificate, okay? 99.99% of the students that join, they are serious, you're professionals, this is not school, and that's how you will be, after assessment, you will take your certificate, okay? So you will submit a demo, there will be a final test, and there will be an essay. You will learn to how to do it easy, okay? All we ask you to be committed and take regular classes. If you miss, recordings will be given to you. Professional Hypnotherapy Certification, PHC, where I'm going to teach you this Milton Erickson model. It's a scientific approach, no mumbo jumbo. I'm not going to teach you to hypnotize somebody and steal their money because it is impossible. I'm not going to teach you to read somebody's minds like telepathy. This is complete nonsense. We are getting into the science of hypnotherapy, how the subconscious mind works and how you can use suggestibility to deal with psychological problems. To clear this course, you need to submit a video, of course, hypnotizing somebody. We will teach you all of the, okay? And there will be a final test, written test. online, everything online, and the case studies. 5 people that you have hypnotized, practice. We will teach you how to do the case study. Then in NLP, that is neuro-linguistic programming and combined with life coaching approach. You have to understand life coaching has different approaches. Life coaching, figure out what the hell is wrong with your life and getting the best out of your life. Everyone needs that. Everyone wants that, right? Now, we will take the NLP, neuro-linguistic programming direction, okay? It's one method of life coaching. There are other methods of life coaching. Some people do positive psychology life coaching, something that I'm doing my PhD in, right? Life coaching as well. We will do the NLP ones because these help with my depression. And I want everybody to learn so that maybe your depression will be dealt with as well. We will understand the exact way that Richard Bandler does NLP, the founder of NLP. It studies the connection between language and nervous system. Of course, you are all welcome to take lecture number 1 of all these courses this week so that you can decide, because there will be a lot of discounts coming up, okay? Subject reality assessment of 2 demos and one presentation for this, okay? Then we have, of course, trauma-informed CBT. Miss Mariam is going to have, in a while, teach you, take lecture number 1. I'm sorry, Mariam, to take a lot of your time. 2 more minutes, and then I'm gone, okay? For the CBT case formulation model that makes sense from a lens of trauma experience. And I told you guys, I strongly believe after, I think, 17, 18 years of seeing clients, I can tell you no trauma knowledge, no healing will happen. Straight as that, okay? That's what I believe. Of course, I'm open to changing my mind if you can convince me otherwise, right? Okay, step-by-step tools like thought records, Socratic dialogues. My personal favorite approach to therapy is Socratic dialogues, Socratic questioning. Wonderful behavior activations. And the assessment will, of course, you have to submit a live or recorded technique demonstration, okay? During the course, of course, your tutor is going to teach you, and you will do exactly that. All right. Now, why I have put the trauma-informed CBT fee here? Because we have an offer that is combining NLP, hypnotherapy, and DBT. All right, we call it the bundle offer for the fees. All right, I will introduce you in a bundle offer in just 1 minute. TICBT, trauma-informed CBT, is not part of that bundle. CBT has a fixed price. What is that? 16,000 per month for non-students and 11,000 per month for students. That's easy as that. All right. We already have 5 or 6 students who have registered as early birds. That early bird is also 11,000. Okay. But it expired now. And next batch, maybe we don't even have early birds. Okay. We're getting enough students. All right. Each batch, we will only deal with 10 students so that we can keep the experience of learning short and more qualitative, more quality. So right now, what you can do is, if you want to join CBT, trauma-informed CBT, 16,000 per month. If you have a valid student card from college or university, any college or university, then 11,000. Khalas, that's it. All right. I hope that's easy to understand. Then, of course, for the TOT, training of trainers, it happens only once a year in the October batch. End of the year, we train the trainers. Most of them, 60% of the graduates of TOT are our own graduates. So when you learn your CBT, you learn your hypnotherapy course right now, we suggest that you practice for a year, and at the end of the year in October, join TOT so that you can be teaching and doing courses and seminars as well as taking clients. Okay, it's very important to build your brand and actually build authority as a therapist. All right, we will teach you how to build the course using adult learning theories like Bloom taxonomy and everything, and also sell it like branding and marketing, how to create a logo, how to register a company, how to get on the website, how to market, how to run ads. We'll teach you all of them in TOT. All right. And the assessment is running a mini training. All right. So our students of October batch, this is now February. In the month of February, they are running their TOT mini trainings to show that they have gained information and knowledge necessary to get certified from PIMS in TOT. All right. Now, of course, those lectures, those courses that they are providing is free of cost for all PIMS graduates. All right. But if you are a PIMS graduates and you are in our mini group, in the WhatsApp group, then you can join our TOT graduates and learn their skills, the course for free, because that's part of their curriculum. They have to show me that they have learned it. The fees, 30,000, full fees, 25,000 if you're a PIMS graduate. Simple. Okay. Now, remember I was talking to you guys about the bundle, right? Of course, for the trauma-informed CBT, 16,000 per month, 11,000 if you have a student card. For TOT, 30,000 per month, 25,000 if you are a PIMS graduate. Now, for the other three courses, all right, for the other three courses, we have this bundle offer, NLP, hypnotherapy, and DBT. Now, a lot of you are taking one course. That's up to you, okay? There is no force, all right? I'm not going to ask you guys to take multiple courses. That's up to you, because either way, anyone who takes one course, they enjoy it so much that they're going to take other courses. So go ahead and take it one in each batch. In that way, you will pay PIMS more money. All right. But if you don't want to pay PIMS all of your savings, I advise to go for, bundle. So take all three or take two. Why? If you're a student and you take one course, obviously the fee will be 11,000. But if you get two courses, it is supposed to be 11 plus 11. It is supposed to be 22, correct? Because it's two courses, but then you're paying 16. If it is 13, three courses, it is supposed to be 11 plus 11 plus 11, right? So it is supposed to be how much? 33, right? But then you'll be paying 21. The same goes with non-students. If you are not, if you don't have a valid student card, this is the biggest discount that you can get anywhere. One course, 16,000 per month, easy. Two course, instead of 16 plus 16, that is 32,000, only 26,000. All right. Three courses, 16 plus 16 plus 16, you're paying only 36,000. This is the most important thing that I want you guys to know, because it will be your loss. All right. This is now online. Now everybody, I can see here 33 people in this course. Fees has been told you. Please don't complain next batch. Don't call me in May. Sir, why you didn't tell us? I would have taken the multiple course discount. Okay. Now I've told you, full disclosure, everything. Okay. This is the course timings. I told you before, Monday 7 to 9 DBT, CBT, Tuesday 7 to 9 DBT, hypnotherapy Wednesday 7 to 9, NLP Thursday 7 to 9. Take a screenshot, please. Everyone can take a screenshot, take a picture, whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it, okay? Keep this slide with you. Done? All right. Now we move on. All right. Now we finished. Let's go with question answers. Before I hand it out, hand the stage to Miss Mariam Sharif, your tutor. So she is going to start your class. Questions. If you have a question, put them in the chat box. Okay. So one thing that I have to tell you guys is this today, tomorrow, this week, because we have free classes and we have a lot of people who are not registered and paid in the courses. So there might be some bad apples here. So what we're going to do to keep the experience better and okay, so that no one goes out having a bad experience, what we're going to do is we're going to keep this one-way interaction. All right. But those of you who have already taken one or two courses from us know that during the courses, during the class, everybody's mic is on, everybody's camera is on. It's like a classroom. Everybody is allowed to jump in at any time, stop your tutor at any time, and you're allowed to ask your question, go with your challenge, to share your challenges. And it's going to be a lot of hands-on weekly practices as well. All right. So our graduates, let me show you our graduates. Okay. All right. So if you go to our Instagram, all right, first let's go to our Instagram. Ibrahim Siavash is my own page. Okay, I have run it from the beginning. We have about 28,000 followers. Our graduates are here. Their testimonials are here, right? So if you would like to know more, you can reach out to these students, these participants, personally even, because we have tagged them, all right? So you can.
All, I am Ibtisam from Morocco. I just wanted to share my experience with the TOT course with Sir Ibrahim. I want to say how rich and interesting the course was. What I really like the most is that it doesn't focus only on theory. It really teaches you how to start your course from scratch, how you can structure your content, and also how you can position yourself as a trainer. And this is not the first time I've been taking courses with Sir Ibrahim, and to be honest, every time I'm just impressed with his practical guidance and how he helps you through this course to turn your knowledge to something professional and impactful. So if you are really looking to launch your first course, and I truly recommend to register in the TOT course. And also, I want you to know that this course will be giving you all the tools and confidence that you'll be needing. Thank you.
All right, you can go. Our page is full of our graduates, new and old. Of course, these are the new ones. That's why they're at the top of the feed. If you go to this, you can see our old students as well. Then you can go to their post.
Assalamu alaikum everybody, I am Masfara, I live in India. I have completed all the 3 certifications from PIMS under the guidance of Dr. Ibrahim Siavash. Each of these courses have a significance in transforming my life. As these courses are conducted online, I have completed them without any hindrances. The classes are lively and interactive. It made my learning enjoyable. The skills, techniques, and the modules have been planned out meticulously. I am being empowered as a person, having a voice in therapy, and actively improving the outcomes. As a bonus, I as a therapist am learning my strengths and weaknesses and hopefully growing as a result. Dr. Ibrahim Siavash is by far an exuberant mentor, and I would highly recommend these courses to those who are seeking for transforming their life and the life of others. Assalamu alaikum.
So we're teaching all over the world. It is not just Pakistan that are focusing. The benefit of this platform is that you can be anywhere in the world. Hopefully these students are from China right now, and then you can get your certification. All right.
Welcome everybody. I am.
Hello and Assalamu alaikum. I am Hina Mehreen. I am internationally certified yoga teacher working at Alia Agha's Academy of Internal Arts, Islamabad. I just completed my NLP course at PIMS with Dr. Ibrahim.
So obviously, I'm not going to show you all of them. You can go ahead and research, do your own research. If you think that our courses are valuable to you, which I promise they are, I know it takes a little bit of leap of faith to join an organization that probably you don't know yet. It may be your first time, I know, but that's okay. You are most welcome to join this week in every course lecture number 1 for free. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to help you join so that reduce that anxiety of commitment. I know Pakistan is not very well known when it comes to commitments, but that's why we are going to accommodate you any way we can. All right. Our graduate from CBT, of course, I have already have a lot of graduate testimonials here, which I haven't had the time to share, but one of them I have already shared, and you can have a look.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Anam and I am a trainee therapist.
I have recently completed my CBT course from PIMS, and I honestly really enjoyed the course. Everything was very well explained in a way that it actually made sense, and it never felt overwhelming. Especially our teacher, Miss Mariam Sharif, was very approachable, and she was very easy to talk to. So asking questions was never awkward, and the examples that she gave were very practical and relatable, which helped me really understand how CBT works in real life. So overall, it was a very comfortable and easy to learn environment, and that made a big difference for me. I came out feeling more confident and glad I took the course. I will definitely endorse it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And okay, so this is our page. This is, you can go to them and you can reach them obviously at any time. At the same time, last thing that I want is, I want you guys to be able to go to our website, pimscourses.com, check out our courses. Each link will take you to the details of that course, okay? That includes the course outline and a sample certificate as well, okay? And then, of course, I forgot our partner. Is this the right website? I forgot our partner. Our partners, gimpmalaysia.com. You can always go and have a look at their website as well. So I'm going to now share details. Okay, it's .org, my bad. gimpmalaysia.org. Let me just show you a view. So it's not .com, .org, okay? It's an organization or something. All right. So they offer courses, accreditations. You can have a look. You can reach out to their, you can also reach out to their team. Joshua is the main person. You can reach out and get more knowledge and information from them as well. Our CEO, my supervisor, and this is the team. All right. And that's it from my side. I'm going to right now post a link. Oh, yeah, please. I'm going to put up my WhatsApp. If you guys are interested to join the remaining courses, please go ahead and WhatsApp me now while I answer the questions that you ask in the chat box, okay? These are email. Please, everyone, go ahead and if you are interested to join the first lecture of other classes, as we said, today is trauma-informed CBT class. Tomorrow is DBT skills class. You can join that as well. But WhatsApp me so that I can share the Zoom link with you. All right. You can also join day after tomorrow, Wednesday hypnotherapy class. You can also join Thursday's NLP class. We don't have TOT in October. So you can join all of these 4 course classes today, this week only. All right. And by the end of the week, you have to pay the fee that you are committed to pay. No single individual will be allowed next week to join the class. Second lecture is only for paid students. Okay, WhatsApp me your names and your interest, and I will share the Zoom link for this week's lectures. Okay, now while I'm answering their questions, graduates come in non-student bundle. The formula is very easy, Fatima. If your student card is valid, then you are considered with a student discount. Okay. If your student card is not valid, then you are not, you don't get the student discount. Okay. Now, obviously, we do our marketing and we want students to join us before graduation. But a lot of you are doing the psychotherapy thing, this, first this, then that mistake. You know, if you study Gestalt, you understand it's a cognitive error. First this, then that. All right. First I finish this and then I do that. So this is the cost of it, just a little bit more fee. All right. But if you get more courses, then obviously you get the discount. I hope that answers your question. Okay, last day to pay the fee is Friday. This week, Friday. This week, Friday is the last day to pay the fee. Let me check what date it is. This week, Friday is the 6th of February. Saturday, Sunday, we are off. Our team, everybody is off. So we don't accommodate any interactions on Saturday, Sunday. This is our own personal mental health day. All right. So Friday is the last day to submit your fee and join the course. Okay. Okay, I know somebody is trying to record. The recording is already on YouTube. Okay. While I'm streaming, it is being recorded on YouTube. No need. Okay. Last day today, for every course. Okay, I think I have answered the fee structure. You can pay the fee during this week. Yes. Thank you. Can we practice globally? Yes. DBT skills, hypnotherapy, NLP, TOT are not regulated practices. So government of any country has nothing to do with them. So you will be legally and ethically allowed to practice all these 4 courses anywhere in the world. CBT is regulated. That is why we are doing trauma-informed CBT, which allows you also to legally practice. For CBT, I recommend you guys get trained first, because doesn't matter what the legal title is. If you have the skill, you will be able to see clients. Now, do you have to call yourself CBT practitioner or CBT therapist or psychotherapy? These are legal terms. We don't get into those, okay? I hope that answers your question. For hypnotherapy, NLP, DBT, TOT, global accreditation from Pakistan Institute of Mind Sciences and GIMP Malaysia as well. Thank you, Mariam, for answering. Last due date, Friday 6th. What was the difference between others and this is a good one. So I think, of course, Mariam is going to touch on this as well. So Isha, CBT, personally, I was trained in it in my graduation. It was a little incomplete for me, right? So when we are teaching it on PIMS, I want it to be trauma informed. I want it to be structured, yes, have the structure of CBT, which Mariam is going to teach you fantastically, wonderfully. But additionally, we are going to teach you the trauma lens. What is it? Mariam is going to explain to you, okay? Hypnotherapy course duration, everything 4 months. Everything 4 months. Is it suitable for clients or only for psychologists? I repeat, everyone. You want to get your personal therapy done as well, course is going to help you a lot. WhatsApp me and I will explain more to you. Lubna asked, can I get a recording of this class as I have joined late? Yes. This is now being recorded on YouTube. You can just go to YouTube and watch it there. Once I finish the streaming, it is going to be available to rewatch. And if you are obviously inbox me, WhatsApp me, I'm going to send the link to you as well. Madia, what would be the total fee of all 4 courses? So here it is what gets a little bit technical. If you want to take all 4 courses, first you have to consider that, okay, hang on. Now, for Madiha especially, if you want to take all 4 courses, come with me on a small journey. So if you are taking all 4 courses, let me maximize it so you can, okay. So if you want to take 4 courses, first you have to find, are you a student, are you a non-student? Okay, first you will get a discount of bundle course. Now you check. This is for NLP, hypnotherapy, and DBT. 4 course, you mean you want to do CBT as well? So for CBT, you will plus 11K to this amount and plus 16K to this amount, okay? However, reach out to me and I will give you a 3,000 coupon discount as well, but this applies only to the February fees. That is if you are taking all 4 courses, okay? Reach out on WhatsApp and I'm going to provide you 3,000 off on your February fee as well. All right. Of course, if you are taking a non-student, all of this, reach out to me and I'll see what I can do for you. Does that answer your question? Yeah, I know you have been following our page and you have been wanting to get the courses done for so many years. So I hope this is the year, Madia. All right. Because this happens. You know, I tell you one really interesting thing. YouTube page, Ibrahim Siavesh. Okay. I show you. All right. I apologize, Mariam. I know that is why Mariam is always asks me for 16 lectures because I eat half of a lecture as anytime, every time. All right, let's go. So this just go to Ibrahim Siavash, search YouTube. This is now being live, right? And after I'm done, you can rewatch it because it is being live. Got it? Okay. Ibrahim Siavash. Okay, YouTube che total fees. Okay, CBT hypnotherapy course duration. Everything 4 month duration. Shazia 4 month. Okay, Shazia, WhatsApp me and I will explain to you more. Thank you, Maria, for answering. How can someone join a regulating body as you are a member? Could you share the process? WhatsApp me. I don't understand regulating, but to do what? All right. You mean APA and ACA, CPCAB? You have to get trained from them. All right. That's how you can join them. Like we are the course providers in Pakistan, PIMS. So you can join us. Okay. Maybe it's time that we get out of always wanting to submit to the Western world and be the accrediting bodies. Clinical service register for hypnotherapy. Is it helpful for me or not? Absolutely helpful. What kind of question is it, Nimra? Hypnotherapy is 100% helpful. Shazia, if I take 3 courses, which charges are around 36, so this will be for 4 months. No. That is a per month. The fee structure that I have shared, please take a screenshot. See, I know there would be a little bit of misunderstanding. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. All right. This is monthly fees. Per month fees. It is mentioned. Please take a screenshot. Take a picture. Okay. Thank you. Yes, note. Dan, that's it. All right. Now, thank you very much, everybody. This is the last thing that I wanted to thank you guys. Okay. I just want to tell a very quick anecdote of how why I can predict human behavior, and I will let you guys know that, and you will be able to predict as well. And then, of course, I will hand it over to Mariam so that she can continue the course with you guys. Okay, Mariam, I hope you are ready. So the anecdote is, so every time, every batch we do marketing, right? And people reach out to us. Okay, people reach out to this phone, this Apple phone, right? And something interesting happened. So we save everyone's number that reaches out to us. Okay. So for example, you reached out in October 2023. So for example, your name is Madiha Ashfaq. Just for example, because I know her personally, so I can make a little bit of joke if I'm allowed. So let's say Madiha, not a true story, but for example, Madiha reaches out to PIMS. I want to get certification. We say, okay, most welcome. You fill the form, right? Of course, you guys have a lot of you have it. And then we save your number, October 23, Madiha Ashfaq. Okay. Now you don't join. 1 batch, 2 batch, 3 batch, 1 year. In February 25, all right, you again, I want to start joining a course again. Okay, most welcome. Registered a form registered. So second time, how are we gonna save your number? Of course, we already have your number, so we're gonna add. So we have an October 23, February 25, Madiha Ashfaq. You won't imagine how funny it is that I have received in this batch people who are October 23, March 25, February 26. Okay. Is human behavior predictable? Do you think the person who has registered thrice in different years, in different badges, will join this badge? I hope so. I'm an optimist. I am irrationally optimist. I believe in humans, and I hope one day that person will have the courage to commit. That's all from my side. I will hand it over to your tutor for today, Mariam. So, Mariam, is it okay to turn on your cameras and start the class today? Mariam, are you with us? Okay, I need to make you host. Okay, hang on. Can you raise your hand so your name pops up? I cannot see you. There's a lot of people here. Okay, I saw you. Okay. Got it. All right. That is it from my side. You have my number. You can always reach out and on WhatsApp and ask me your questions. Just FYI, Mariam is, in my opinion, the only person that I have so far assessed to be part of our core team. People come and go. Mariam is part of our core team. So thank you very much, Mariam. Please introduce yourself and take it on. I'm silent
All
now.
right. Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for the very welcome, everyone. So my name is Mariam Sharif. Okay, as you all by now know my name, I'm sure of that. That has been mentioned so many times. Um, I was born and raised in Lahore. I think that was also mentioned at some point. So I'm glad that you guys know me a little bit better. And I just wanna, just check if everybody's here. So can anyone tell me, or if you guys, present, are you guys looking forward to Basant? Who is here looking forward to celebrating Basant this month? Right? We are having Basant this. Oh no, you're not. Okay. What about you guys enjoying the holiday? The very, very long holiday that we all are getting right now. Nope. You guys are not getting the holiday, or are you guys not looking forward to it? Okay. All right. I see. Lahore is looking very much prepared for Basant, and it's very exciting to see it back after almost 20 years, honestly. I think we all needed a break at this point, right before Ramzan, just a quick little reset because the new year has been so fast. There's so many things have been happening, right? So, and just a quick introduction. You're not looking forward to it. I agree with you. It gets overwhelming. Absolutely. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I love the, communication happening here. So I have completed my MS in clinical and counseling psychology. So I'm a clinical and a counseling psychologist from Beacon House National University. I have done my bachelor's in applied psychology from Beacon House National University, but that was for my master's. And after that, I have done my trainings from PIMS and hypnotherapy, NLP, and DBT. So I highly, highly recommend it because it opens up your avenue. Just because you're a clinical psychologist, or even if you're not from a psychology background, these are the courses that actually open up your mind to different possibilities, to different perceptions, to different lenses of life, and it allows to enrich your life, right? And going forward, right? So I did my trauma informed therapy, CCTSI, which is individual trauma informed therapy, and support specialist trauma informed therapy from Trauma Release Wellness Center. Now, if you're interested in that, then I highly recommend that center, right? Because they are also Pakistan based. They are linked with Arizona Trauma Release Wellness Center, just like how PIMS is. The different platforms, and all platforms should be encouraged, and you should have access to all of them, right? So with that, and then I have done my trauma informed trainings for schools. I have done my trainings in different I've done my CBT training as well from the Beck Institute. It's in progress right now, right, from the Beck Institute of Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. So the reason why CBT course came about, I would like to share that. It was because of a lot of popular demand everybody was having within our community. And the reason why it became trauma informed lens through CBT. Now, it is not trauma informed cognitive behavioral therapy. That is different. That is one of the forms of cognitive behavioral therapy which is being adapted for trauma informed work. Okay. Now, this is important because this is trauma informed lens. Now, what does that mean? That means that while I'm also going to teach you the CBT foundations, I'm also going to be teaching you to look at a way from a trauma way. Okay. For you to be trauma informed. Okay. That means that, to understand the limitations, to understand the strengths of the nervous system, to understand it from our culture. Okay. So the biggest thing that I have seen during my work right now is that all of us that are learning different modalities, different tools, even online, different posts that we see, different reels that we see, they're a little bit out of our cultural context. Okay. They don't deal with the people that we are dealing with. They do not deal with our systems. They don't deal with the unfairness, the volatile environments that we come from. Okay. And we're going to have clients from the same system. So we need a modality. Um we need tools that actually help us learn how to deal with those kind of human behaviors. Because just because the system is volatile, just because the system is unsupportive, does not mean that we cannot have the tools to help improve our lives and we cannot help improve other people's lives. We can absolutely do that. And we just need to, do the work in the right direction. All right. Okay. So that's one reason why it is a trauma informed lens. Okay. Which is why I was so excited that I was doing something that is more meaningful than other CBT courses out there. All right. This CBT course is on the standard of, the Peck Institute. It is on the standard of Oxford Institute, Oxford CBT. It's at the power of all and any CBT courses that you're going to find out there. Okay. What makes it different from the others is the cultural aspect, because I assure you nobody's dealing with it as a South Asian population, from a Pakistani population perspective, from an Islamic Muslim population perspective, because what we are going through as a collectivistic society, that needs to be addressed, and that needs to be addressed from in our therapy as well. We do not need more mechanical structures, we do not need more modalities. We need to learn how to practice them in a safer way. We need to learn how to practice them in a way that helps our community. Yes, we have learned from the Western communities, we have learned from what they have been doing. Okay, but now it's time that we learn and adopt it to our systems that work for us, right? Psychology, psychotherapy, therapy in itself, we don't fit for it, it fits for us. As therapists, as practitioners, we get to model it, we get to form it, right? For our clients, the way it works for them. We put the clients first. Not that the client comes later and the modality comes first. Never. The client, you come first. The therapist comes first, right? The tools have to give the work for us, not us for them, right? Which is why this was very important to me. Okay. Now I'm going to share my screen, and yeah, let's get into that. So my classes are going to be having demos. They're going to have a lot of slides. They're going to have different worksheets and everything, because of course CBT is not complete without worksheets, right? So I'm also a member of APA, but again, the thing is that it's not really important. It was an afterthought for me, because regulatory bodies signing up for different memberships and all that, while they give you a nice name, right? They give you a nice title. It could be a good LinkedIn post as well. It doesn't matter, right? You know what matters? It matters that you are practicing your when you're practicing with your clients, when you're practicing as a coach or as a practitioner, you're doing it safely, you're doing it ethically, and you're making a difference in their lives. That is what makes it good. That is what makes you different. That is what makes it better, Okay, this is why you came into this field. You came into this field wanting and hoping to understand not only the human behavior, but also to make a difference in your life and other people's life, right? So, as we begin, let's talk about what we do wrong and about CBT and how it goes wrong, because there's a lot of conversation around cognitive behavioral therapy which doesn't really gets addressed, but there's a lot of information about, because of the fact that it's highly regulated. There's a lot of evidence for it as well. There's a lot of books on it as well. And you know what? Something interestingly, even the founders and the people who are now taking forward the work, like Judith Beck, all of them also say that you do not just need to be from a psychological background. Anyone can come and utilize these tools. So take this as an invitation. You can be a coach, you can be a practitioner. The names, titles don't matter, right? They're just titles. What you do, the effort that you put in with your people, that is what matters. What you do for your community, right? That is what matters. What you give to your audience, that is what matters, right? So, what do we do mostly wrong? What we do wrong, what can harm, is when we rush towards challenging someone's thoughts. So, what we mean by this, cognitive behavioral therapy, it works with thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Now, if we rush to challenge someone's thoughts, कि ऐसा नहीं सोचना चाहिए, क्यों करते हो ऐसे, ऐसे कौन सोचता है, ऐसे नहीं सोचो, ऐसे सोच लो, right? That is you challenging someone's thoughts and you are rushing towards being judgmental towards them, right? Then when you're arguing ke ye kaisa belief hai, right? Or when you treat anxiety as कि इसमें परेशान होने वाली क्या बात है, ठीक है? या फिर जब you push someone to share a story that they're not ready yet to share with you, right? When you push the exposure onto them really, really fast and they're not there yet, their nervous system is not ready yet to share, or the nervous system is not ready yet to talk about it, or even to acknowledge that something traumatic has happened with them. Now, let me just talk about trauma for a second. Trauma is anything that has happened to you in your perception that has made your body and your mind feel unsafe. Okay, that is trauma. Trauma can live in your mind, trauma can live in your body, right? There's a mind body connection as well. Okay. When does CBT also go wrong? When you ignore shame, when you say that has no part in anything. क्यों शर्मिंदा फील करते हैं हम जब हम कुछ गलत करते हैं? क्या जब हमारी गलती नहीं भी होती तो हम सॉरी फील करते हैं, या हमें गिल्ट फील होता है, या सबसे बड़ी बात वो जब हम सेफ नहीं फील करते बहुत सारी सिचुएशंस के अंदर, एंड वी हैव टू डिनाई इट, वी हैव टू डिनाई द फैक्ट दैट वी डोंट फील सेफ, वी हैव टू शो अप. There are so many times in our society, so many times in our everyday lives, that we show up to places, to people, to situations and events where we don't feel safe, and yet we have to do it, right? So CBT or any practice that we're doing, right? And if we ignore it, that is wrong. That is harmful for us, not only just for us, so it's for our clients as well. It's harmful, right? Okay, so an important clarification that I want to make here. Okay, so people who rush these, right? They're not just bad therapists, okay? The problem is not with that. It's the problem is with the foundation, that you have skipped the foundational work that you have to put in to be a good practitioner. Now, names don't matter. So I am just going to say that all of you are mental health practitioners, because all of us are. We are working with mental health. We're working and we're practicing, right? So we are mental health practitioners. Okay. Because once we get stuck into this who is who and what and which regulatory body is what and what it does it do, all of that takes us away from the very, that distracts us, that takes us away from our goal, that takes us away from our work. And our work is to be there for our people. The work is to be there for ourselves, right? Okay. Now, what do I want to prevent, right? And how this course is designed. CBT, because it is highly regulated, it is very structured. And because of that reason, it is very mechanical. So you would think that, we're going to going by structure and mechanical. No, it is going to be very very student centered. It's going to be very trauma informed centered. It's going to have the CBT foundations, but in a way that works for us, that works for our culture, that works for people like us. Okay, that is what is important to us. A place where we are not invalidating the client. For example, when you have a client and they are not putting in the work, and you label them as ये तो बात नहीं सुनते, इनका आने का क्या फायदा, ये तो बस अपनी बातें करके चले जाते हैं, बातें ही करते हैं, मुझे कुछ बोलने नहीं देते, कंप्लायंस ही नहीं है इनके अंदर, रेजिस्टेंस है, होमवर्क नहीं करके आते. All of this is invalidating the client, right? Because the client is coming to you, or the client is resisting the work, or the client is struggling to do the work. That shows that they need more time. They need a better report with you. They need a better therapeutic alliance with you, right? Which is what causes unsafe pacing, that you go too fast. Okay, you basically do not create safety for them, because what you have in that environment with them, with the clients and and as a practitioner, you are creating a safe space for them, a space where they're able to process their emotions, where they're able to figure out their thoughts, where they're able to process and change their behaviors, right? You firsthand see how, their behaviors change, how that bulb lights up in their head, and they're like, oh my god, that epiphany that comes, and that changes their whole outlook on the situation. That is meant to be your space that you have created for them. And for that reason, you need not to be mechanical. You need not to be, technique first and the client later. No, it does not need to be that you invalidate the client, that the client is not willing to put in the work. They need more support. They need you to be more non-judgmental with them. They need more, better report with them. Okay, that is what's important. This is what CBT, this is what a good foundation will give you, right? So why does relationship, come first? This comes first because, we need people to feel safe. We need our clients to feel safe, because when we feel safe, the state changes. When we are not safe, we feel threatened, right? And when we are threatened, we are in a survival state. We are hyper vigilant. We're looking all here and there, and we're trying to see how and what can we do to survive. And in that time, there's no logical thinking happening. Only survival thoughts are happening, right? And that is what's important to understand. For the work that you're going to put in with your client to be effective for them, for the work to give you some results with them, the CBT techniques will only work when your people, when your clients feel safe. And they will feel safe when they feel understood with you. And that happens when you build rapport with them. That happens when you put the work into building a relationship with them first. Which brings me to the point that not every practitioner is going to be a good fit with every client, right? So it's like more like, how friendships are, how two pieces of a puzzles are, how different relationships work. There are some people that we do not get along with. That does not make you a bad therapist. That does not make you an ineffective therapist. That just means that, the client and the therapist did not fit in together, and that is fine. The client and you have the right and the choice, and it's a responsibility towards the therapist. The onus lies on the therapist with this, that you make the informed choice कि whether can you take on this client or not. Because अगर आप client को नहीं समझ सकते हो, ठीक है, तो फिर आप client को नहीं take on करो, अगर आपको उनकी बात नहीं समझ आती. For example, हो सकता है कि विद वेरी विलेजेस सेंट्रिक, या फिर उनके जो भी प्रॉब्लम है वो बहुत ज्यादा विलेज से related है, and you for some you belong to another religion, or you have a different secular approach to something, and you kind of disagree with it. It's okay. You have the right to your opinions, you have the right to your viewpoint. And if you do not want to have a client that is the very opposite for those things, then you have the right to be like, okay, I'm going to give you a referral. And that's okay. That does not reflect badly on you. You know what does reflect badly on you? You're still continuing with that client, and your judgment and your biasness coming through. because that safe space that you have created for them has no space of your opinions, your thoughts, and your biasness in it. It is their space that they have created, that they are coming in for, that they have paid for actually, and they are taking your time in which they are allowing to be vulnerable for themselves, and you are there to witness that. You're not just, a practitioner there who has authority. Okay, no, you are someone who is holding their hands, who is, their partner in healing, who is going to be their guide, right? That's the level that we have, that's the importance that we have, and that is way more above than, being an authority figure, being, like a teacher or someone. No, we are there to help them through their tough times with the understanding that we have of human behavior. That is the role that we play, and that is what makes a difference with it. That is what you will see will make a difference with your clients as well. This is what we need in our lives: someone to embrace us, someone who understands us, someone who's using this knowledge of human behavior and making lives better, right? Okay. So now I'm just going to do a demo. So at first I did think, okay, I'm gonna do a volunteer, and somebody I will choose from the um audience and be like, oh, okay, come, let's just join, and if anybody wants to um if anybody wants to join into the demo. But then I was like, no, I'm not gonna ask you guys to do that, right? I'm gonna ask you guys to be like just the observers right now, and just let's just see how it goes, right? Okay. So I'm gonna be the client as well as a therapist, okay? And I am going to see. So I'm gonna read it out, and I'm gonna give you guys a demo for it, okay? And how we want for the CBT sessions to actually have this foundation, right? The one that I'm talking about, to be an empathetic listener. Okay. So there's not going to be any advice, there's not going to be any fixing, no CBT techniques as well, not yet. Okay. Just how to become an empathetic listener. Okay. So this is what comes before CBT. So I'm gonna start off as a client. Honestly, I just feel a lot of pressure all the time, right? बहुत ज़्यादा मुझे हर टाइम पर हर जगह पर प्रेशर फील हो रहा होता है आजकल. घर पर, काम पर, हर जगह पर, everything big, small, heavy, it all feels heavy to me, it all feels the same, कि बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया है. I'm constantly worried. मैं हर दफ़ा हर टाइम पर परेशान होती हूँ, हर रोज़ परेशान होती हूँ कि जो मैं बात कर रही हूँ वो सही है, या मैं, I might be sounding stupid, I might be sounding dumb to others. I'm so scared. What if they, think that I don't know my stuff, right? And what if they think that, I don't know what I'm doing, you know? That is, it constantly worries me so much. And you know what I do then? I just usually just stay quiet, and even when I have something to say, I don't say it because I'm so scared that other people will judge me for it. And then afterwards, I just keep replaying the situation in my head. Even like जब मैं घर जाती हूँ काम से, या मैं जब अपने फ्रेंड्स को मिलकर आती हूँ, तो मैं कॉन्स्टेंटली सोच रही होती हूँ कि अच्छा उसने ऐसे बात की, उसकी ऐसी टोन थी, अच्छा उस टाइम पे मैं ये जवाब दे सकती थी पर मैंने नहीं दिया, मैंने ऐसे जवाब दिया, मैं इसको ऐसे बेहतर कर सकती थी. It all stays in my head, all of it, and it is so exhausting that I keep thinking all of this. And I just do not know how to stop these thoughts. It's tiring me out now. As a therapist, it sounds like you're carrying a lot of pressure, even in moments that seem small on the outside. There's this constant worry about being judged or seen as incompetent. And staying quiet feels safer in those times. But then overthinking takes over afterwards. That sounds really tiring, like you're never fully at ease. Can you tell me a little bit more about what's like after those meetings when you're replaying everything in your head? So the client would respond something like this. It's like my mind does not switch off at all. कोई off button है ही नहीं उसका, ठीक है? वो सोचता रहता है सारा टाइम. And I keep asking myself, why don't I speak up? And I feel so stupid afterwards, right? And I feel so bad for myself and what has happened कि मैं क्यों नहीं बोलती हूँ, मुझे क्यों लगता है कि लोग मुझे जज करेंगे, और क्यों लगता है कि they're gonna think that I'm stupid. Therapist will say something like, so even when nothing goes wrong externally, there's a lot happening internally. Almost like you're monitoring yourself very, very closely. That sounds uncomfortable. That sounds very lonely. I'm going to stop here for this, demo, right? So, what I did here? I did not give any advice. I did not challenge any thoughts. I did not reassure. I did not try to fix anything. I just listened and I reflected back, and that's it. Now, let me ask you something. What changed? So, yeah, I know, right? It's a struggle that we all have. What change do you think that has made for us all? Any change that you think? CBT will cover trauma, yes. It is going to be side by side. CBT works and trauma work, which is why it's going to be trauma informed. The changes that we were hoping to see were something about safety. Exactly. Thank you so much, Abhi. You're right. Empathetic listening creates safety for them to open up more. Yeah. Trust and understanding. They opened up more. They talked more about how, they are judged, how they feel okay. Everything is coming down to the overthinking wala part. That's what's exhausting them. Person feels listened to. It's a comfort zone. Absolutely. Trust and understanding. The client feels seen and understood. Love it, guys. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Yahi hum chahte hain. Right? Because this safety, this openness that we have, this emotional tone that the therapist brought, right, this creates the conditions for CBT. This creates the conditions for any work that we want to do with any of our people, right, with any of our clients. This is what we want to create a space for them where they are seen, where they're understood, right, where we want to where we want them to feel that they have a place where they can go, right. Absolutely. Report building is very, very important. And it is important for all sorts of the work that we're doing. Okay. All right. Now let's move forward with our next part, right? So we have the body language, we have the emotional toll, we have the willingness to speak, and then we have a sense of safety that we have created, right? Okay. Now let's just talk about the um, report building that someone mentioned here, right? So the report building that we have, yes, it is related to something called the resilience skills, right? Okay. Am I audible still? All right. Okay. Okay. So the resilience skills in CBT. Now there are a lot of them, but the ones that I want to cover with you all, right, that are important for our work as a cognitive behavioral therapist, as a practitioner for cognitive behavioral therapy, don't see them just as rapport building skills. Okay. They're not just there to um, help you be a better communicator as a therapist. Definitely that is very helpful, but what is even more important than this, what I just demonstrated to all of you, that is the safety skills. Okay, the safety skills are very important that come with it. That is what gives you the quality of being a good therapist. This is what sets you apart. For a second, let's just talk about this, right? um and you can answer if you guys are comfortable with. How many of you have gone to therapy? You can just give a thumbs up or like, you know, anything. Yeah. And at times what happens is that, you know, the client, the therapist that you have, you don't feel comfortable with them, right? You feel like you got silently judged for something. Right. Okay. I believe that you should get help if you think you should, right? But what I'm trying to make a point here is that, you know, that when your experience is not good, that is usually because the therapist does not makes you feel safe. The therapist does not make you feel understood. They, you know, I'm really happy that you did not feel judged. That is good. That means that your therapist understood the importance of, you know, creating a safe space for you. Actually, that is not true. Let's talk about this as well. So, Hamna has shared that she thinks that therapies will not work on her because how it works. Do you know something really interesting? That as a you know, being part of the regulated bodies and being under supervision, that means that you also have to take therapy as a therapist. Every good therapist has a therapist, because it gets really you know, tiring for us as in terms of emotional burnout and in terms of emotional fatigue, and it is very important for us to work on it, right? We need to have support as well, because at times, you know, we have clients that are really you know, going through some traumatic experiences, and we get trauma from them, and then we would like to discuss it. So a good therapist is someone who has worked through their issues so that they don't get triggered when their client is sitting in front of them going through an issue that might trigger you, right? That is what's really important. Okay, that you do not get triggered, that you are someone who is you know, present with them for their problem, क्योंकि उनने आपसे टाइम लिया है, वो आपको पे कर रहे हैं उसके लिए, आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बनती है कि you're there 100% for it, right? It's okay if you cry, like अगर वो बहुत ही कोई painful बात कर रहे हैं and your tears come, that's okay, but focus is always the client. Client comes first. Client की safety comes first. Client की comfort comes first. I understand that it feels fake to you, right? It felt fake to me. It feels fake to me at times as well, and that is literally my hope, that you become the sort of therapist, the sort of practitioner that you wish people get to have. This is what I keep telling my students, that you know, be the practitioner, be the therapist that you would want to have one day, so that other people who are around you, who are potentially your client, they get to have you like that. हमें बहुत ज़रूरत है हमारे इर्द गिर्द, हम जितना काम करेंगे उतना कम है. समटाइम्स आई वंडर कि हम कितना काम कहाँ से शुरू करें, क्या क्या करें, बिकॉज गॉड आवर सोसाइटी नीड्स इट यार. इतनी वॉलेटाइल, इतनी अनसपोर्टिव एनवायरनमेंट आ रहे हैं, हम बहुत स्ट्रगल करते हैं, और हमें सुनने वाला नहीं है, हमें समझने वाले लोग नहीं हैं. हम किधर जाएंगे, कैसे मैनेज करेंगे? आई एम सो ग्लैड दैट यू डोंट जज. एब्सोल्युटली. Can I heal myself and start therapy profession side by side, or should it be done separately? As someone said, आपको भी therapy समझ नहीं आएगी, or you will not be able to help yourself. That's not true. You can do both together. Actually, that will you know, sort of accelerate your healing progress as well, because you would, you know, looking at it from both perspectives. You'll be learning about it as a student, but you'll also be applying it in your life, but also you'll be a client, so you'll understand it from a client's perspective as well, कि client कहाँ struggle करता है. That puts you at a very unique position. That will make you very effective as a therapist, because you'll understand कि client की क्या सोच होती है, students की क्या सोच होती है. And I know empathetic listening जो है वो fake feel करती है. I absolutely agree with that. मुझे भी बहुत सारे टाइम पे fake लगती है. But that's the thing, it should not feel fake. अभी अगर fake लगी भी है ना, तो maybe because it is a little bit scripted, and because I had to make it scripted for now. But you know, when we are in a session and when we just, you know, have a conversation, ठीक है, हम भूल जाते हैं कि थेरेपिस्ट और क्लाइंट की कॉन्वर्सेशन चल रही है आपस में. इट्स नॉट जस्ट कि क्लाइंट ने अपना प्रॉब्लम बताना और थेरेपिस्ट ने उसको एनालाइज करने लग जाना है, नहीं. या क्लाइंट के हमने हिस्ट्री लेने लग जाना है, ऐसा भी नहीं होता. हम क्लाइंट के साथ एक कॉन्वर्सेशन करें, वो एक अगला बंदा हमारे सामने एक इंसान बैठा हुआ है, अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स के साथ बैठा हुआ है, हमने उस चीज़ का एहसास करना है, यू नो वी हैव टू फील दैट देयर पेन is not just just a random pain. They're sitting there with their problems, and they would like to have a conversation with someone who understands their pain and can help them understand that pain as well. That is what makes it less fake and more authentic. Hopefully you will have that experience with me during this course. And because when as we progress through this course, the starting of every lecture starts with a reflective round where we all share, where I have questions for all of you, and we have different discussions on it, related to those answers, and whatever answers you have, because they're very reflective questions. And then we go into the lecture of the day, where either there's a demonstration or you will pair up, and after the lecture I share the slides with you, and I give you the worksheet as well, and I give you the mastery challenges for it. And I will also be providing you with scripts that you can use with your therapist and with your clients, as a practitioner, scripts that help you, be more fluent, and allows you to be more structured and more grounded with everything. And then the demonstrations for the different different techniques that we will be doing. You guys will get time to do role plays as well. So as we progress, it becomes more and more hands on, where you all get to have more part in it as well. And that is what I love the most about it, right? That all of you are equally engaged with it as well. It absolutely helps in changing your beliefs. Even if you do not take therapy right now, I think this course will definitely help you in that way, that you understand how belief changing works and how you can do it for yourself, and what to expect from it. That is definitely a whole journey that we will be taking on from the very first class. That is like what we're doing right now. This is the start of your journey, right? Okay. So we were talking about how the skills, the Rogerian skills, right? These are specifically counseling techniques that are there for safety skills. They're there to build the safe environment that we talk about, कि safe environment होता है, non-judgmental zone होता है. वो होता कैसे? Number one, being an empathetic listener, right? That means that you are reflecting the emotions, right? So when I was doing the demo, I was reflecting the client's distress, कि मुझे कोई समझता नहीं है, मुझे लगता है I will be judged for it, right? That means that you stay with the experience. Okay, it's not just about what the words that they're using. It's also about what context they're sharing it in. That is very important. And if you have an anecdote with them to share, शेयर करो, उनको उनको बताओ कि आप समझते हो उस सिचुएशन, उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट को, कि वो अकेले नहीं हैं जिनने ये चीज़ या एक्सपीरियंस लिया है इस सिचुएशन वगैरह का, राइट? Unconditional positive regard. This is probably my favorite skill of all times. This is something that I just love, giving someone this unconditional, unlimited positive regard, that you are respecting someone, that you are seeing that they are a whole person in front of you. They're not just the problem. They're not just someone who's in distress. There's a whole person in front of you जिसका good है, जिसका bad है, जिसका past है, जिसके future के कहीं ना कहीं dreams और ambitions भी exist करते हैं, जिसने present में रहते हुए कह रहा है कि हाँ ठीक है, तबाही मच गई है, लेकिन किसी वजह से किसी चीज़ ने उनको होल्ड ऑन करके यहाँ आपके पास बिठा दिया कि वो आपसे बात करे. वो क्या चीज़ थी? I want to discover that. I love this, that you were able to see the person as a whole, not just part of their problem, not just that they are the problem, right? So you get to see what protects them, you get to see what supports them, you get to see what helps them hold on, right? What how they see their problem, how they define their words, how they define their worlds, what colors they give to their world. वो पिंक को किस तरह से देखते हैं, वो रेड को किस तरह से डिफाइन करते हैं, उनका क्या मतलब इन सब बातों का जब वो कहते हैं कि हम जज्ड फील करते हैं. Just because you think you understand it does not mean that you truly understand it. You absolutely have to ask them, okay, what do you mean by this? If I say कि I am feeling judged by others, what do I mean by I am feeling judged by others? ठीक है, यूजुअली कोई ना कोई उसके पीछे एक्सपीरियंस होता है जिसके वजह से हम कहते हैं कि हाँ अच्छा ठीक है, I've been through this and you know this is why I felt judged. Then you're able to relate, you know, more to it. And that is what gives us this protection, this safety कि यहाँ पे कोई shame नहीं है, because I'm allowed to show up as a whole of myself. I am welcomed, I am seen, I'm understood, right? Then comes genuineness. Genuineness is congruence in other terms, ठीक है, which means that you are being real, you are not being performative. ठीक है, जैसे हमने को लगा था कि you know being an empathetic listener, it sounds fake, and I agree, sometimes it seems like that, right? Which is why you have to be real, which is what I always encourage my students to be real. You are also a human, you also have your emotions. Share them with the client. Tell them that you're also human with them. Tell them that you're also going through these things. So what? It gives us the permission to feel more freely. It allows us to, you know, be like, अच्छा यार, हाँ चीजें बहुत बहुत खराब चल रही है, कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है, होता है लाइफ के अंदर. This it allows us to, it you know normalizes things for us, right? And you know what genuineness does? Genuineness allows it कि हम अगले इंसान को सिर्फ टेक्निक्स के साथ ठीक नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम रिलेशनशिप के साथ ठीक कर रहे हैं. हमारे रिलेशनशिप उनके साथ इतना स्ट्रांग, इतना सेफ है कि they are able to process their things, right? And because of that, you know, techniques work for them. Techniques are just tools, they're just hammers and nails, that's it. It's just part of the thing. You are you who is building the house, building the foundation. That's the important part. Techniques, material, हर चीज अपनी जगह, लेकिन जिसने सोचा, ठीक है, द थिंकिंग प्रोसेस दैट वी हैव, ठीक है, वो मैटर करता है. जो थिंकिंग वाली चीज है वो मैटर करती है, राइट? सो सीबीटी क्या करती है हमारे लिए? सीबीटी हमें स्ट्रक्चर देती है, और जो हमारी रोजीनियस काउंसलिंग टेक्निक्स हैं, या बीइंग एन एम्पैथेटिक लिसनर, you know, being an empathetic listener, being giving unconditional positive regard to our clients, right? Where we, you know, allow them to be who they are, right? Because बाकी दुनिया में हम कहाँ हमें परमिशन होती है अपना आप होने की, right? नहीं होती है, नहीं, लोगों को अच्छा नहीं लगता, right? They don't want to see us, they don't want to hear us, they don't want to understand us, right? So you know, therapy is that one place where they're allowed to be whoever they are, and they're accepted for it. Then there's genuineness, there's congruence in what we are and who we are and how we are showing up, right? That is very important. That is important to the client, क्योंकि जब client को नजर आएगा कि मैं जिससे बात कर रहा हूँ वो भी उतना ही इंसान है, बस उसको मेरे से थोड़ी बेहतर अंडरस्टैंडिंग है कुछ चीज़ों की, वो क्यों नहीं रिस्पॉन्ड करेगा आपकी बातों को? वो क्यों नहीं समझेगा दूसरे पर्सपेक्टिव्स को? वो क्यों नहीं टेक्निक्स को प्रैक्टिस करेगा? एब्सोल्युटली दे विल प्रैक्टिस, दे विल शो अप बेटर. They will show up for you, they will show up for the work, they will be compliant with the work, because they'll be like, you know, if I have someone so supportive in my corner, maybe I can try this. And don't you guys think that that is all we need at the end of the day? Someone to be in our corner, someone who understands situations and things, right? Which is what is important, safety. तो जो ट्रॉमा इन्फॉर्म्ड की हम बात करते हैं, हम सेफ्टी बिल्ड करेंगे ताकि हम जब प्रैक्टिस करें कुछ भी तो हम सेफली प्रैक्टिस करें, so that we are able to have a better understanding, right? To have a better understanding of the situation, to have the better understanding of the problem, to have the better understanding of the client, of what they're going through. So, what will this course give you? This course is going to give you an understanding of patterns on thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. It is going to slow down your work so that you're able to do it more safely. You're going to be able to do it in a way that allows the nervous system to actually process different matters. It allows us to slow down our reactions, and actually create an environment where we learn. ठीक है? हम बहुत सारे टाइम्स पे हैव दिस फुल इंटेंशन कि आज से मैं अपनी ज़िंदगी बदल दूंगी, न्यू ईयर आया है तो बस अब न्यू मंथ, न्यू ईयर, न्यू मंडे, कल से ये जो सारी चीज़ें हम वी हैव दिस इंटेंशन दैट वी मेक, राइट? क्यों नहीं हम उन पर पूरा उतरते? क्योंकि लर्निंग नहीं प्लेस हुई होती है। और लर्निंग क्यों नहीं प्लेस होती है? क्योंकि हम डिनाई करते हैं चीज़ों को, हम अवॉइड करते हैं चीज़ों को, और हम अंडरस्टैंड नहीं करते कि हमारी इन सब चीज़ों के पीछे स्ट्रगल क्या है, या हमारी क्या इंटेंशंस हैं, कहाँ पर हमारी अलाइनमेंट नहीं है इन सब चीज़ों पर, राइट? सीबीटी क्या करती है? सीबीटी आपके बिहेवियर्स पर काम करती है, दैट अलाउज यू टू हैव द स्पेस where you get to do an actual learning. And when you learn new experiences कि अच्छा ऐसे भी हो सकता है, तब जाके हमारे पैटर्न्स ब्रेक होते हैं, एंड वी गेट टू लर्न। तब वो नया मंडे आता है, तब वो दिन आता है जब हम कहते हैं कि अब तो हम दुनिया फतह करके रह जाएंगे। तब वो दिन आता है जब हम कहते हैं कि अच्छा अब सब खत्म, अब हम we will show up and we will change everything. That is when the learning has happened, right? However, what is CBT not? It is not positive thinking. So when you are thinking about challenging your thoughts, your beliefs, right, it's not that you're going to be replacing them with something positive. Okay, that's not realistic. Okay, it is not about giving someone advice कि अच्छा ऐसे नहीं तो ऐसे कर लो, ठीक है? No. सिम्टम्स का ख़त्म नहीं हो जाते, सिम्टम्स हील होते हैं, बिकॉज हमारा नर्वस सिस्टम डिस्टर्प्टेड होता है। तो हम ऐसे इन्वायरमेंट में रहते हुए, जैसा हमारा इन्वायरमेंट है, हम कैसे चीज़ों को बेहतर कर सकते हैं अपने लिए जो हमारे कंट्रोल में, दैट इज मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट, ठीक है? तो सिम्टम्स नहीं ख़त्म हो जाते, एडवाइसेस नहीं हम देते, हम पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग नहीं इनकरेज करते, हम रियलिस्टिक रहते हैं सब चीज़ों के अंदर, right? So this is not what CBT is about. CBT is about understanding your patterns, to being able to identify your thoughts, your behaviors, your emotions, to slow it down, to slow things down, to break it down, to realize what is happening behind all of these, right? To understand कि कौन सा belief है जो कि is literally running our system. For example, in the previous batch that I had for this course, as we were going along the course, ultimately we realized कि जो schema जो सबसे ज़्यादा सबको trigger करता है, जो core belief है सबका, वो it came down to लोग क्या कहेंगे, literally. That was his core belief that everybody was sharing, that everybody was triggered by, and everybody was like कि okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense कि हर किसी की बात उस पर जाके बॉयल डाउन करती थी कि लोग क्या कहेंगे, और वो हमारी दुनिया और जिंदगी को कितना रन करता है, और हमें अंदाजा भी नहीं है कि हम कैसा से, और हमें लगता है कि हम we don't care what people say, but by also saying this we have and we are having an impact on what people are saying to us. हमें कहीं ना कहीं इस चीज़ से फर्क पड़ता है। क्यों फर्क पड़ता है, कैसे फर्क पड़ता है, ये पैटर्न्स के अंडरस्टैंडिंग में आता है। हाउ कैन वी मेक इट बेटर? That is where the learning happens, that we expose ourselves to those situations where we stay with them till the new learning has taken place, but with the techniques that we have learned, ताकि we're doing something different that allows us to understand कि अच्छा ठीक है, मैं हमेशा थ्रेट में नहीं रहूंगी, मैं हमेशा अनसेफ नहीं रहूंगी। मैं अगर प्रैक्टिस कर रही हूँ डीप ब्रीदिंग, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन अ सिचुएशन वेयर आई एम एंग्री, right? If I'm angry and I leave the room, then at times that is being avoidant of the situation. But if I'm angry and I take a deep breath and then I decide to leave the room, then that's a conscious choice I'm making. But I made that choice by exposing myself to the situation, but allowing myself to have a brief moment of learning there, where I am like अच्छा ठीक है, अब मैं और इससे different क्या कर सकती हूँ? This is what CBT teaches us, the behavioral part of it, right? So the key principles that we have, right? That is that CBT without empathy becomes mechanical, which is why trauma-informed CBT is important. The trauma part is important, which is what will give you an understanding ke, how the nervous system works, how people are showing up right now, how people are going to show up as a client with you, right? And then how empathy without structure can become stuck. अगर हम सिर्फ किसी को सुनते रहेंगे और उनके साथ कोई टेक्निक्स नहीं अप्लाई करेंगे तो कुछ चेंज नहीं आएगा, कोई लर्निंग नहीं होगी. तो बोथ ऑफ देम गो हैंड इन हैंड. सो द सीबीटी की फाउंडेशन, द सीबीटी की टेक्निक्स दैट यू आर गोइंग टू लर्न, दैट along with trauma informed lens की techniques, right, creating safety in everything, that is what's going to bring the most change in your client's life. That is also what's going to bring a change in your life, right? So what to expect from this course? That you are going to learn how to think and to resist the urge of fixing. Then that ethics matter more than speed of efficiency or speed for results and everything. And that formulation, understanding what is happening, what are the patterns that are going on, how and what to do about those things, right? That matters more than what techniques that you are using. क्योंकि टेक्निक्स तो बहुत सारी हैं. आपको एनएलपी से भी मिलेंगे, आपको हिप्नोथेरेपी से भी मिलेंगे, आपको डीबीटी से भी मिलेंगे, ठीक है. सीबीटी की अपनी टेक्निक्स भी हैं. लेकिन व्हाट्स मोस्ट important is that you are able to do all of this with the proper framework in your mind. And that is what is needed. The formulation part, the pattern identification part, to know when and how to use which technique, and how it will be helpful for the client, right? Because client key expectations come first, client key understandings come first, client benefit comes first. So if you leave today with this understanding that why we have to slow down, why do we have to create a safe space, right? Why empathy is important and why structure is important, then you know what? We have completed today's lesson. And that is all what we needed for today. So, yes, with that, we come to the last part of our session, which is going to be I'm going to answer your questions. Okay, I'm just going to see. I hope it helps in changing self-disclosure. Yes, absolutely. Self-disclosure is important as a therapist, right? बुरी बात नहीं है. ठीक है, regardless of a lot of people saying that it might be problematic, it's not. As long as the self-disclosure is in the, is in the benefit of the client, the benefit of the client in the way you're not trauma dumping with them, but you're actually helping them understand that they're not alone in the situation, or that this has happened to you as well. That is what's important. That is when self-disclosure is important. But if at any point you think that you want to share because you want to share something, that is not okay. You know how you want to share with your friends? That is different. ठीक है. You want to share for the client's benefit कि उनको एक बात समझ आए. That is good self-disclosure. So it is always a good thumb of rule to be like, क्या ये client की help करेगा, क्या ये नहीं help करेगा. ठीक है. What should individual do if someone is not financially stable and they need therapy? On the other hand, having a fee is very important component. Will it have any significant effect on the client therapist relationship? Dekho, this is something that all of us struggle with, right? The fee wala part and all this. But as a therapist, as a practitioner, see, you are spending your money in these courses as well. And the reason why you're doing these courses is so that you have a you know you have an income, right? So there's nothing wrong in you charging your fee. Okay, इसमें कोई guilt उसमें shame नहीं है. You are trying to make your bread and butter, and that's okay. And if your client cannot pay that fee, that's okay. There are free services as well. You can volunteer for those free services. Okay, there's the scheme, there's Among, there are so many others. There's Mental Health Amen Foundation. There's so many, right? आप उनके साथ volunteer कर सकते हो और आप वहाँ पर pro bono काम कर सकते हो, and you can keep your private practice as your private practice, where you can charge your clients, or you can have a certain number of clients जिसका आप कह सकते हो कि okay, I'm going to take on 3 clients or 5 clients that I'm not going to charge them a lot. ठीक है. The reason I will not say कि free में आप करो उनको, क्योंकि when they pay a little bit amount of money, they take it more seriously. Okay, and that is important. let's not go into a lot of detail of how and why this works for our society, but I think all of us can understand the nuances behind it. But that really does have an effect. Okay, so वो हेल्प करता है अपनी जगह, लेकिन अगर आप फ्री में काम करना चाहते हो तो फ्री में भी कर सकते हो. पीपल स्टिल शो अप, पीपल स्टिल डू द वर्क. That is up to you how you want to, structure it, but there's nothing wrong in you wanting to build an income out of it, because you're putting in your effort, you're putting in your time, you're doing these courses, you're doing degrees out of it. So yeah. um REBT is also part of it. REBT was built before CBT. So yes, CBT के बहुत सारे principles are coming from REBT, but no, we're not covering REBT here. This is purely CBT. ठीक है, CBT की foundations हैं based on our culture. ठीक है, which is I've adapted CBT key foundations to our culture, to our needs as clients and as therapists, and use the trauma informed concepts to build this course, so that you're practicing in a safer, ethical way, which has more utility for you, for your clients, because we have to understand the nervous system, we have to understand how the nervous system works, and when and how to do what ethically, safely, right? um Absolutely, the most powerful book is by Aaron T. Beck. Absolutely agree with it. The manual is the newer manual, which is the fifth edition, is really good for it as well. I can also share it with all of you. The book, if you want to read through it, definitely, it's the core book for CBT when you want to go about it. It depends upon the individual's perception. Not exactly sure as to what you mean by that, but okay. Um, For self-disclosure, even we can make fixed rates to make them comfortable in rapport building. Absolutely, you can do that. That is totally fine as well. Is it for real that if somebody is not paying for therapy or it comes easy to them, it won't be effective and they won't take a CS, and they will and say, oh, just talking. I hope I delivered. Okay. मेरे एक्सपीरियंस में मैंने दोनों देखा है. ठीक है, अल्टीमेटली होता यह है कि वो नॉन सीरियस हो जाते हैं, बट in the start, people just really want that they're heard and that they're listened. So what they really want is not therapy, they just want someone to listen to them. And it's your choice, your free will, if you have the capacity, the time, to invest in this कि आप उनको सुनो without, charging them. Empathetic listeners is an actual title that you can have, and you can work, as an empathetic listener. That's totally doable. I will share the book. Sure. Oh, sure. Okay, I got it. I will share the book, guys. Don't worry. You will also get the slides. Yeah. Absolutely. The slides will be provided if you are, paid, and the book that you can find online as well. ठीक हो गया? Exactly when they're done with catharsis, they then say it's not effective. Yeah. तो ये एक वो है, इट्स योर कॉल. ठीक है, मैंने दोनों काम किए. मैंने वॉलंटियर भी किया हुआ है. आई वॉलंटियर्ड लास्ट फॉर बलूचिस्तान की, इट वाज कॉल्ड स्ट्रेस फ्री बलूचिस्तान, एंड आई वॉलंटियर्ड फॉर देम last. That was my last volunteer thing I did. And I did that because I was like, I was wowed with their initiative कि अच्छा बलूचिस्तान के अंदर ये कुछ हो रहा है, I should definitely take part in it, and I wanted to work with them. But eventually, I got busy in my own life, and then I have not volunteered in some time. But I think as therapists, as practitioners, we do have this responsibility somewhere that we need to give back to the community where we do community work. It could be community outreach programs, it could be free work, pro bono work. It totally depends on your capacity. ठीक है, अगर if you overdo it and you burn yourself out, then whatever you will be giving back to the society is not going to be healthy for you or for them. So it's okay अगर foreign नहीं efforts हो सकती या foreign नहीं हो सकता. लेकिन however you're comfortable with. Okay, that's important. Your safety, your health also comes first. Does the language barrier becomes yeah, it does, it definitely does. I've had you know clients from all over Pakistan, तो language barrier तो आता है. उर्दू में definitely आता है, हर किसी की उर्दू एक जैसी नहीं होती, कुछ की पंजाबी एक जैसी नहीं होती है. And that's okay. ठीक है, आप उस time के ऊपर, you become an empathetic listener and you try to, use those skills a lot. But eventually then you have to give them a referral, ठीक है, because the real work cannot be done without having the same language की length and frequency. Vibrancy match करनी चाहिए language की, तभी ज़्यादा बेहतर समझ आती. CBT DBT हो, hypnotherapy हो, इन सब के अंदर hypnotherapy नहीं, hypnotherapy can be done without any language barriers as well, but the rest of them require some sort of language ki understanding, some level of intellect as well, right? Which is why you would see कि हमारे जो लोग हैं जो below poverty line हैं, ठीक है, for example, उनके लिए सब चीज़ें उस तरह से मैटर नहीं करती हैं, ठीक है, और उनको क्या चाहिए, उनको सेफ्टी चाहिए, फिजिकल सेफ्टी पहले, ठीक है. तो हम ये ज़रूर कर सकते हैं कि जो हमारे इर्द गिर्द के लोग हैं हम उनको यू नो we make them feel safe, right? We regulate our nervous systems, we regulate their nervous system, so ultimately we're able to build safer homes for all of us, we're able to build safer communities, right? Because हम अपनी सोसाइटी अपनी एरिया के अंदर तो सेफ्टी ला सकते हैं ना जहाँ से चेंजेस आ सके. um, Even the tears come up when our bodies feel safe. Absolutely. That is one of the biggest signs when the body does feel safe and when the body is not feeling safe. When body does not feel safe, we don't cry. So yeah, I think that's something to think about. SCBT, the most used therapy type in psychology. It is one of the most evidence-based, the most researched on. So आपको सुनने को बहुत ज़्यादा मिलता है उसके बारे में, लेकिन is it the most used one? It totally depends. ठीक है, ये मतलब it is your how do I put it? It's on you basically, ठीक है, जो भी आपका दिल करता है. You have integrated therapist, you have eclectic therapist, you have therapists who are using 2 to 3 modalities, you have therapists who are using different all sorts of modalities in different ways. You have ACT therapist, you have RBT, you have idiocentric wale, you have your EMDR wale. So, oh yeah, that reminds me. I am certified as an EMDR level 1 therapist. I am also I told you that I'm a trauma informed therapist. So I do identify as a trauma informed therapist. That is my main identity. I do not see myself as a clinical psychologist. Although degree मेरी उसी side पर जाती है. So yes, I can work in hospitals, I can work in clinics. I just choose to work with trauma, mostly because of my own past experiences. But yeah, so I understand because वहाँ से मेरी सबसे ज़्यादा understanding बनती है कि to be there for the person who is going through a traumatic experience. And I become the therapist that I wish I had. So I only give the advice that, to my students that has worked for me as well. Whatever therapy works for someone, consider individual differences. Absolutely. Or whatever you are comfortable using and explain it to the client कि अच्छा मैं ये वाला काम करता हूँ, ठीक है, या this is what I prefer to work as, and if they understand it and if this is what they want, then they will stick with you, and if they don't, that's okay, you will have plenty of other clients coming your way. So yes, I hope I have answered all of your questions, and I hope to see all of you in the course, and let's have some fun while doing CBT, right? So thank you all for your time. Take care. Allah Hafiz from my side. Thank you so much, guys. Sir has shared the link with all of you. I hope to see all of you in the course. Let's make it a good one. Thank you all for staying. Take care, everyone. Allah Hafiz. If you have any questions, you can reach out at any time. PIMS is a wonderful community, right? We all support one another. We all understand one another. All of us have gone through this. So it's a wonderful place. It's one of the best communities out there. I'm a part of a lot of communities, and honestly, PIMS is like none other, honestly. No one is as active as the PIMS community. I have not yet not seen any. So yeah. Time is up, guys. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I think you have experienced it as well. So yes. Thank you everyone for joining us today, for staying till the end. You know, it was wonderful. You guys all can leave. I'm just here, you know, to see all of you off. So this is virtually me seeing everybody off. Take care, everyone. I hope you guys have a good week and that you all of you join the other classes. And yeah, all right. Take care. Allah Hafiz.